I am one solitary gringo, and I walked across Juarez several years ago. I have this travel business in Mexico. We take people to this great big canyon called Grand Canyon, Copper Canyon, bigger than the Grand Canyon. Got to train through it. It's the home of the barefoot runners. It's a great place. Just one problem with that. You go through Juarez to get there. Shootings, heads decapitated. Juarez is more than a little problem. There's 1.5 million people, and this is a drug funnel, you might say. We demand drugs and stuff for our stores, and it all comes through there. Bill Clinton called this place the armpit of Latin America. So we would travel through quickly, try to avoid the kidnappings and beheadings and that sort of thing. Well, one day along the train, I was sipping some hooch with some guests, and a conversation started something. They said, "Why didn't you tell us it felt safe here?" I said, "I did tell you. It's so frustrating. Someday I'm just going to walk across Juarez just to make the point." But I lied. No way, I thought. I'm never walking across Juarez. I thought, absolutely no way. One of my Chihuahua buddies, is one of my guides, put it like this. He said in an email, "Dave, I will be thinking, this is a good thought to walk across Juarez, but not a good idea." I thought, take a gun or something, or I don't know. I just had a little problem, though. As I was introduced, I'm a Christ follower. And Jesus was really smart. He listened, loved, he walked with people that other people made assumptions about. He liked action and giving and hope and forgiveness and honesty and truth and grace. So I was either going to take the Bill Clinton approach or the Jesus approach. That was my choice. Actually, I was really scared before I went. I imagined I'd be in this cheap hotel with dingy things and unsafe food, but I just knew that I had to go there. I had to walk around. It wasn't really a political issue. It was a human issue. So I started to get ready. USA Today wrote this article, "Is he brave or just stupid?" And I thought, well, not really either. We spend so much time talking about what we have not experienced, and that's not right. And I wanted to go there. I knew I had to go there. There's too much opinion and sensationalism. So I flew to El Paso. I get to the bridge, and here's this sign right here. Those letters are made out of guns welded together, and it just faces the United States. And here's this long snake of semis coming with all this plastic stuff we demand so cheaply, and cocaine and other stuff like that, coming at me toward the United States. And then boom, we get across the bridge, and there's Mexican press, like Univision and the others, no U.S. press. And they start filming and chattering, and in 20 seconds, I use up all my Mexican words. And so I just turn to the cars that are in this big long line and start knocking on the windows, and they say, "Welcome to Juarez, bienvenidos, what you need, how can we help you?" And so I just walked around. I'm at Copper Canyon guy. I tweeted. It was kind of new back then. The Mexican people were like, "What's this?" Anyway, we had fun. And common words I heard all day were bienvenidos, mi casa es su casa, amistad, friendship, stuff like that. It's really cool. Let me ask you, you ever read an article that says the kids are playing soccer in Juarez, or they're going to school, or they're going to McDonald's or church or anything like that? You don't read that, but it happens all the time. That's El Paso in the background, and that's a Border Patrol truck. And I just sat down and talked to these kids, and I made a lot of friends there, actually. I got my sandals cleaned, almost a foot washing kind of deal, you might say. I danced in the market at noon. I laughed, I cried, I worried, I got welcomed, I got immersed in conversation. I played cards into the night with a bunch of guys who own stuff in Juarez. And that night, something really interesting happened. You remember that Bill Clinton comment about the armpit of Latin America? Well, this guy, the older guy on the right, he used to be the mayor of Juarez. And after Clinton made that comment, Clinton graciously wrote him a letter that said, "Sorry I called your city the armpit of Latin America." But you know what? This guy did not approach it with vengeance or anything. It's more gracious. And I just kept walking and tweeting. I began to think, I like this. I like friendship. It's like a neighbor you don't know, and you meet them and you discover a friend. It was really a lot like that. There is a wall there, and when you get on the other side of that wall, you're very aware, But one of the things you become aware of is that neither side is really discussing it, no matter what your opinion is. The Mexicans just smile, And they told me, are so glad. I don't know how many times I heard this. We are so glad you came here. This is so cool, they would say in their language, you know. I had numerous connections with people. The Austin paper had told me in an email, do not go there. We urge you. But then this grandpa, he just handed me his little grandchild. That never happens in the United States, you know, and we talked on the plaza there. Now, to be clear, aspects of life in Juarez are desperate, but we are not in deep danger in Mexico. The logic is if the bad guys wanted to get Americans, they would. We'd be at war with Mexico rather than other countries, but they are motivated to not mess with us. That's just my observation and my experience over these years. I tell you something. I got my life changed, and now when I'm around Juarez, I often think, this place is kind of like Phoenix, except the food is better and cheaper, the hotels are better and cheaper, the people are friendlier, and I feel safer. I run there. I go to cafes there. We had this press conference when I was walking. One comment really lodged in me. One of the officials that's sitting there with me in this picture said, El Paso is less than a mile away, and yet all this stuff happens, millions of dollars of commerce and common history and all this, but it's as if it's 1,000 miles away. He said, it's as if there's this vast ocean between us. That's called separation. My life was changed forever on this walk, truly. We are such stuff as dreams are made on. It was the people of Juarez. They took me in as a brother and a friend. You assume stuff? Love means you walk with them before you assume stuff. You argue with them? You know, we've already got a wall. Now we need to discuss and interact and talk. I'm just going to be Dave, who I was created to be, and listen and discuss and love and connect with my friends in Mexico. Thanks.